Some of you may have played the classic PC strategy game NEXUS: The Jupiter Incident. Most of the game's campaign focuses on more alien and futuristic ship designs, while maintaining a fully Newtonian physics model. But my personal favourites are the high-realism interplanetary ships that we see early in the game before leaving the Sol system. The Stiletto is the game's hero ship for the first few missions, and I'm a huge fan of its design. Its centrifuge hab has a lot in common with Babylon 5's Omega class, but I like how it's integrated into the frame even more smoothly here. The trio of chemical engines at the aft look great, and I'm a huge fan of the massive drive plume they produce during manoeuvres, normally many times longer than the ship itself. The ship's weapons complement is modest, but the most visually striking hardpoints are the outrigger-mounted mass drivers, which help to give the ship a far more striking profile. Appearing in the 1966 movie Thunderbirds Are Go, Zero X is a near-future design intended to deliver astronauts to the surface of Mars. Easily the most iconic elements of the ship's design are the two lifting bodies, large flying wings that affix themselves to the dorsal bow and ventral aft of the vessel to help carry its weight into the upper atmosphere. The lifting bodies and the ship's detachable heat shield are all entirely reusable and return to Earth remotely after completing their task. The modules will later rendezvous with Zero X upon its return and reintegrate, allowing the spacecraft to land horizontally in the manner of a large aircraft. I like how this design takes elements from contemporary stage-based rockets and extrapolates them for a light sci-fi setting. For example, the tracked excursion vehicle that Zero X delivers to Mars is simply the ship's entire command deck having been separated from the primary hull in a decaying orbit, demonstrating a more grounded method of payload delivery rather than contriving a complex means for Zero X herself to land and take off from Mars. Sky-1 is the carrier you're stationed aboard in the 1998 PC game Battlezone Combat Commander, a serious contender for my favourite game of all time. The ship is another more grounded design with a trio of chemical engines and large external fuel tanks at the aft. I like the tall and narrow profile of the ship from the front, and though we never get a detailed look at the ship's interior, we can probably infer from the arrangement of its viewports that the carrier uses some kind of artificial gravity. Also in this image we can see the large dropships that the carrier uses to deploy ground forces. I like these designs a lot for their elegant simplicity. It makes a lot of sense that a carrier whose primary role is to deploy tanks and heavy vehicles to a planet's surface would use dropships that are essentially just massive containers suspended beneath adjustable engines. Battlezone Combat Commander is getting a HD remaster on Steam this year, which I'm very excited about. It'll be awesome to see this ship remodeled with up-to-date visuals. If any of you have never played the game, I'd recommend checking the remaster out when it drops. The campaign has a fantastic slow burn story with amazing voice acting, and the gameplay is very unique and enjoyable. Thank you for watching Spacedock. Please remember to like, subscribe and share for more science fiction spacecraft summaries. If you enjoy the channel, why not consider pledging your support on Patreon? For just $1 a month, you'll be able to access the Spacedock schedule to see what's coming up.